Hey, Gary Becker here with 30minutemarketing.net. We know it's important to create content, and we know it's important to create content to keep people on our site for as long as possible. But what is this thing called that we're trying to get and maintain? Well, it's called dwell time. Right here on the screen, dwell time in SEO. It's the amount of time that passes between the moment a user clicks on a search result and returns back to the SERPs, or the search engine results pages. Right? It's a little like bounce rate, except for the fact that bounce rate is an actual Google metric that can be measured, that you can actually see, whereas dwell time is a combination of bounce rate and time on page. And it's not actually a ranking factor that Google admits to. It's not a ranking factor that Google gives you an actual metric for, but it can be measured by taking time on page and bounce rate and looking at the difference between the two. Now, why is this important and where am I going with it? It goes back to the content that you make for your site. And if you were to make that content interactive, one good example of that is a video where people actually have to watch the video. But a better example of interactive content is content where someone has to actually do something. And Neil Patel talks about this on his blog, and he actually calls this interactive elements. And he says you should actually create interactive elements because interactive content not only keeps users on your page longer, it can also improve the user experience. He talks about quizzes, polls, downloadable assessments, and calculators. What I'm here to tell you about today and talk to you about is interactive content in the form of checklist and the product that can actually do that. Link in the description for a new product called KuickList. And I'm actually going to show you inside of KuickList how it works and how you can actually deploy these interactive checklists after you make them easily and quickly using the tool. Again, that tool is KuickList. Link in the description to take you over and find out exactly how to get that product. But again, back to interactive content and dwell time. Dwell time was actually introduced to us by Bing, and they used this phrase where they talked about how long someone actually spends on a page interacting with the content on that page. Again, similar but different in bounce rate and time on page. So we already know that Bing takes this into consideration. The question goes back to Google, because we all know Google is the number one, the biggest search engine out there. So does Google care about dwell time? Well, they never really said yes, and they don't give you an actual metric to determine it. But a Google engineer was actually quoted as saying, so when search was invented, like when Google was invented many years ago, they wrote heuristics that had to figure out what the relationship between a search and the best page for that search was. Okay, but now Google is interacting machine learning into that process. So that AI or that machine learning is actually building models to understand when someone clicks on a page and how long they stay on that page based upon what they're doing on that page, aka interacting with your content. So now let's go and let's actually take a look at this tool to see how we can use it to actually implement interactive content that will increase our dwell time. So here's a look inside the tool. Again, it's called KuickList, and you can see right here you simply have the ability to build what are called checklists. And you do that inside of folders. You can see I have a folder for 30minutemarketing.net. We'll go ahead and open that folder. And you can see I have a couple checklists here that I'm working on, because the idea here is, and the strategy I'm going to be using moving forward, is to build these checklists and deploy them on my own blog to include 30minutemarketing.net, and then measure this dwell time, again, using the metrics that Google gives us, bounce rate and time on page, to determine the effects it has on the overall SEO of my page. So you can see right here, I actually have a checklist designing a successful strategy for content marketing as an affiliate marketer. So if you actually go into the editor here, you'll be able to see the checklist. So the checklist has a headline, it looks nice, and it also has the ability to create or allow you to embed a video. Then you can have a subheadline, and then you can actually build your checklist. And as you can see, these are actually interactive, with even the ability to reset them, even once you deploy them and embed them on your page or your post on your WordPress blog. Now, this tool was developed and designed to actually be a lead magnet. And you can see here it has an opt-in form alongside of an actual landing page, which is the original intent and purpose of this product. But they came to also understand that this checklist is a powerful piece of content, interactive content that you can deploy on your websites or your blogs to, again, to increase that dwell time, that metric that we know, even though Google doesn't admit it, that they pay attention to and that they actually measure. So one of the options here is under settings, and you have the ability to make the checklist public. If you toggle this switch to the off position, it will actually present a landing page and an opt-in form for people to give you their email address, allowing you to build your email list and providing high quality interactive content. Making it public allows you to embed it again on your website or your blog, and allowing you to increase your dwell time by having people actually go to your site and stay there for a longer period of time, and even more importantly, coming back again and again to utilize that checklist, that interactive content, again, like Neil Patel said, a calculator or some other type of tool that actually allows you to get results based upon spending time on that page. So now let me show you exactly what this looks like when I actually put it on a WordPress blog. So here we are on 30minutemarketing.net blog, and you can see I have a test blog post with KuickList and Thrive themes, simply because I use Thrive themes on my site. You can see here, check out this interactive content in the form of a checklist from KuickList. Then there's a lead capture form here with an old traditional style checklist that I'm using for a lead magnet, which allows someone to download a PDF. I think you can see the difference and the actual power of the interactive style checklist that I can use for a lead magnet versus the old style of using a PDF, even as effective as that actually is. So you can see here, I've actually embedded this into my post, designing a successful strategy for content marketing as an affiliate marketer, to include the video that I included here, as well as the checklist embedded right here on my blog. And then you can see the rest of the blog to include the related posts and all the other functions of the WordPress blogging function inside of Thrive Architect here on 30minutemarketing.net. Again, let me show you exactly what this looks like. Of course, we have a blog post here. Again, I'm using Thrive Architect to design my blog, to create the layout, because I like the look and the feel, as that's part of the overall user experience as well. Giving you the ability to take all this, wrap it up in a nice, neat package, and you can see right here that this is custom HTML code. If you were to edit the HTML, you would see this is the code that I get from inside of KuickList. I'm going to pop back over to KuickList and show you this code and exactly how to do that to, again, get a page that looks just like this, which is a nice interface on your WordPress blog, again, with this interactive content that is going to increase your dwell time. So here we are back inside of KuickList, and you can see right here, here's a checklist that we created. And to get the code to embed on your WordPress blog, you simply just go back to your folders. And then when you're on your folders, you simply just click the Publish button, and you go to the Embed Anywhere option right here, and you just simply copy this code that you saw previously. So again, this is called KuickList. There's a link in the description for you to check out this tool. Click that link, it'll take you over to a separate page. You can see more about the tool and exactly how it works. I have an actual review video on there. Also talks about some bonuses that I'm giving when you purchase the product to help you along in creating this content, again, to increase your dwell time. Because again, just like Neil Patel said over on his blog, create interactive elements, and it not only keeps users on your page longer, it also improves their user experience, which also increases the dwell time that we have come to know that Google pays attention to, and is a metric that will give your content boost in the rankings when you're trying to be on the first page of Google. So again, check out the link in the description, KuickList, check it out. If you have any questions, of course, leave those in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if this video was helpful. 30-minute timer right here. Click that, subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos, just like the ones you see right here. Click those, keep watching, and I'll talk to you later.